Right, here we go. All right, everybody, welcome back to the I guess it's not the upNup, huh? It's just upNup podcast.
upNup.
Welcome back
Welcome
to upNup.
Wait, it's not the upNup?
Nope, it's just upNup.
upNup. Welcome to the up. Well, we have to say the.
Yeah, you don't have to. Welcome back to upNup.
Welcome back to. I can't. I have to say the.
You do?
I do.
Welcome back to upNup with Ty and Chris.
Sure.
We got it.
Welcome back to the. How about the upNup?
The upNup, like
Boom.
the Ohio State University. Bring it back to
Exactly.
football. Super Bowl was yesterday.
Boom. Go Andy Reid.
Yeah, I'm so happy for him. As a lifelong
Good
Eagles
job.
fan and a lover of Andy Reid, he got his 222nd win on 2/2/20.
Bam. On Groundhog's Day.
Yeah. He's got like a 61% win percentage. He's played 366 career games and has 222 wins. That's pretty good.
He was a good coach. He shows no emotion. He showed absolutely none. Like in true Andy Reid form. He won the Super Bowl. They're just cheering him online. He's like, "Yep."
We got a little arm pump out of him there at the end of the game.
We did.
I was shocked.
Did.
But yeah,
guess.
I was happy
Big
for
ol-
him.
He can't make sudden movements. It's doctor.
Yeah.
He's been advised by his doctors.
Yeah.
So what's happening, Chris? What are you playing?
Oh man, dude, I have not played a lot since last week. It's just been kind of a crazy week. I played a little bit. I jumped back in after our talk last time about, what was missing, like what made Katamari Damacy so difficult on the Switch, and I figured it out, Ty. I got to the bottom of it. It's the fact that it has the Switch controller has staggered joysticks, but it's tank controlled game. That's the problem. I solved it. Hello? Uh-oh.
Me?
Oh, boy. Whew. You disappeared for a while. That was scary.
You lost me?
I did lose you. I don't know if you
sorry.
accidentally muted me or...
No, my mic must have went up a fraction of an inch.
Man, that sucks.
No, I was saying to the Pro Controller, are those directional the analog sticks, are they staggered? Or are they...
Good
'cause
question.
I don't have one.
I don't either anymore.
I've heard that controller is fantastic.
Yeah, it was for the short time that I had it.
Yeah.
Switch.
No, did you break it?
No, I gave it to my little brother, I think, or I sold it. One of the two. I just know, I never play my Switch docked. So.
Oh, really? I am a very avid 50-50 guy.
They are staggered. Just honestly, that's what I don't like about the Xbox controllers either, though.
Yeah, I don't like. I think the PlayStation controllers really they haven't changed it in a decade, and honestly, there's no reason to.
No, side by side is ideal. I understand the staggered is better for your thumbs don't get as tired. Your thumbs don't do that weird slipping thing after you've been playing a game for 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
But also too, it just feels the most comfortable. So yeah, that's what it was. I was why are these controls so hard to understand? And it's because my thumbs aren't side by side. So even though I'm moving the sticks in the same direction, it feels like I'm not because of how far up my one thumb is. So it makes it super duper awkward.
The one thing I haven't heard much about it, but the one thing I'm really interested about seeing on the PlayStation 5 is that the controllers will have an actual resistance to your button pressing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really interested to see what they do with that. Like if you're walking through if you're playing an adventure game, you have to walk through a swamp.
Yeah.
Does the analog stick give you it's harder to push?
Yeah.
That would be that little bit would be great.
Yeah.
Or if buttons actually pushed you away.
Yeah.
You like the or the yeah, that would be so interesting
Like
if they could do some really cool things.
like if in a fighting
Gun,
game, like you're on the left side of the screen, when someone hits you, it like bumps the thumbstick back left,
yeah,
stuff
or
like
like
that.
when you're guarding, it'll actually like pop your finger off the guard a little bit,
Yeah,
like in a fighting game or something. That would be,
that'd be cool.
it's just interesting what they could do with that.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
I'm
hope they do something
excited.
cool.
I'm excited for the proposed mappable buttons on the back too. How they're gonna have like,
Yeah,
so it's gonna be like one of those like
it's like the
super
Steam
expensive
controller,
pro controllers.
or like the Steam controller that I've been very been playing a lot of with.
Yeah.
Just man, they had something there. I'm just so mad about that. They definitely had something there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like they did for sure. And I'm excited. Honestly, the more it gets closer, the more I'm getting kind of excited for next gen.
Eh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be the same kind of guy that's just gonna wait till they. Because what I like to do is I wait, and then
Yeah.
when it comes,
Oh.
and you get it for that first big price drop, usually on Black Friday, somewhere
Yeah.
around the holidays, and I'll grab like 5 or 6 games that have been out for 2 years that are like must-haves.
Right.
They're like $20 now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably
And then
wait
that's
a
my
year.
and that's my Christmas.
Yeah. I'll probably wait a year. That's what I did with the PS3 to PS4. I took 1 year off before I made the switch.
My PS4 and my Switch, and I think my PS3, they were all purchased to me for helping my friend move her elderly mom.
Oh, nice.
I've moved her mom so many times that they've bought me 3 different consoles.
That's crazy.
It's not like I'm like buy me this console. It's like they always give me like like $300 because it's involved. It's a whole
Right.
day thing. Her mom is batshit crazy, so it is just like just an adventure.
Yeah. So
And
what you're
she
saying
just
is like,
she buys things on QVC and just has them sent right to her like storage locker.
just immediately, don't even bring it to my home.
Yep. So we open the storage locker and it's just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's like we're not finishing this today.
This is a couple
like,
days.
And it's like we brought like a pickup truck. We're gonna throw all this out, and she's like, "We're not throwing this all out. Oh, we're throwing this all out." As soon as she turned around, it was like all in the dumpster.
Man, I can't wait till I'm old and crazy enough to have that expendable of an income. That's
she
gonna be
doesn't
wild.
have that income. She doesn't have
okay.
expendable income. This was irresponsible spending.
Yeah. So already where I'm at now is what you're saying.
Yeah, there you go. You're
I'm
good.
already
You got
there.
this.
Goals are
Just
being
help-
met.
Just if you ever need to move, you have to buy me the PlayStation 5.
Okay, I'll
you
keep
go.
that in mind. Yeah. Besides that, I played some more Pokemon on the Switch. I haven't beat it yet. Just
I've been playing Pokemon too.
Oh, the new one?
No, I've been playing Pokemon Go.
Oh, Pokemon Go. Nice. You're one of those folks. You're still in it.
Well. No. I know. Listen, when it started, I was out, hard out.
Yeah.
But I came back. They've added PvP just recently,
really?
like this week. I've been addicted to it because they set it at 1,500 is their max.
Okay.
So it's not like having the best Pokemon in the world. It's about like what Pokemon is really good at 1,500. So
Right.
it's just you're seeing every type of Pokemon now. It's not about just like having that best Pokemon and just owning everybody. It's all about strategies. It's all, and the way the battle system is, you're allowed 2 shields. So it's like, do I eat a move? Do I blow my shield? You're allowed 3 characters into a fight.
Okay.
And build your own team, spend your experience points to get extra moves. You can add multiple moves now per character. They actually have stats now.
Oh wow!
You can get like 100, like a perfect one that's like max stats.
Yeah.
And then you can like level that one up because they're a level, and then they have 3 sets of stats that have to be, that could be of any different degree. So, I only have like 1,200, like 12 hundos, like 12 perfect ones out of, like the 1,000 Pokemon or whatever I have. It has gotten so much better now that they added this combat. There's like a point to it.
Yeah.
It's not just like a collecting game now.
Right. You're not
The
just getting all
the
those
s- the,
stars.
the meta and the strategy and the battles are so much fun. You know, like you see everybody's Pokemon, everybody's different styles and varieties. It's fantastic. It's how Pokemon honestly should be. I honestly think it's better than the games now. If they added
Wow.
if they added a story element to Pokemon Go, which they kind of are trying to do with quests, like there's Team Rocket now. They
Okay.
like will invade Pokestops and you actually have to fight them and battle them, and they're hard. Like they're not like pushovers.
Hmm.
You have to actually have strategy and know which Pokemon to like use. Like they're going places. This game is fantastic now. It's so much better than it was. Friends, you can friend people and send them gifts.
Wow.
You
So
get Pokeballs so much quicker now.
so it's
You get
finally the
Pokeballs
game everyone wanted it to be.
yes. And now and everybody has dismissed it, which is a shame. But a lot of people, it's getting like a lot of second wind. I see a lot of more people play because I
Yeah.
play in Philly, so like when they actually have an event, like it's still a thing.
Yeah.
Like it's still like hundreds of people showing up. People make badges, they take photos. There's a Facebook page
That's
for
cool.
Philly. It's gotten bigger and it's good. But
Yeah.
how's Sword and Shield? Because I hear like just negativity, but it's always usually about like, you know, diehard fans that are just disappointed.
Yeah, I think people are just upset that there's no national dex. So that like
Yeah, you
kind of
can't take
stinks.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. But I really enjoy it. I like they've done a lot of like positives as far as like now when you're walking through tall grass you can actually see the Pokemon there. So like if
Yeah.
and they're easy to avoid too, like it's not random encounters anymore. Although sometimes you'll get ones that have like character traits like early on in the game there's this one specific like it's a dog, you know, essentially, and it will chase you. Like if it sees you and you run away from it, it will chase you out of the grass. So you really got to run like pretty far to lose them. So like
Okay.
stuff like that is really interesting. And it, you know, it makes it so
That's
like
something you don't see very often in like RPGs that
right.
like, you know, because it's usually just like, you know, their avatar that activates the battle once they touch you. Like, and this is broadly you would think that they would have more variety to that, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And this game does like a good job of it. And then there's other ones too, like there's like shyer Pokemon that like you may see it in tall grass and you're like, oh man, I want to catch that thing, and it like will see you and will run away from you.
So you
You gotta try
like,
to
walk up to it.
yeah, you gotta like walk slower to get there, so it doesn't disappear and stuff like that. Like it's really interesting, and the like wild area is really a really cool concept where it's similar to how the safari was, except there's like different little portions of it where you can go and like catch specific types of Pokemon, and they kind of cycle through at certain times. And then
And
you
this
can
is the 3D, like the fully controllable camera area and
right,
such.
yeah, and
I've heard the expansions will be like all camera controlled.
yeah, I'm
2D cell
honestly going to. At first, I was like, man, that is a lot to like get those expansions, and then I was like, you're also getting a lot with them, and I like this game enough that I'm probably gonna spring for them. You know, it's like I said, it's the first Pokemon game in quite a bit that like has really excited me and kept my attention. So probably since Black and White. Like X and Y was pretty boring. Sun and Moon wasn't great, but this one I really enjoy.
That's good.
And then outside of
Yeah.
that, I mean, just you know my typical mobile games that I somehow sink 2 or 3 hours a game into, like Clash of Clans and Clash Royale.
Oh, wow, you're into that.
New seasons started in each of those games this week, so I've been working on those, and yeah,
They have that in the Pokemon Go now. They had the battle system,
Yeah.
with seasons and stuff. And you get rewards.
That's how everyone does it, man. It's the best way to get your game as a
Yeah.
service.
Well, honestly, you know what's surprising? They're very lenient on the transactions. They're
Really?
like the fact that you can get like all the like so many more Pokeballs now, and so many more items, and there's so many more events. Like
Hmm.
I just feel like there's just people that just pay them money constantly, and they really don't have to do much anymore.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was already that way. I feel like back when I actually like played the
Yeah,
game. So now I can
yeah.
only imagine that it'd be that way so much more. So how about you? Besides Pokemon Go, what have you been playing?
Well, I mean, sadly, I can't play Pokemon Go. As I'm still just laid up, laying on the
I
floor.
mean, you can just catch the, like, I don't know. Is it
Yeah,
still
but
like
I do have.
Nidorans and stuff around your house?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, the majority of it is still going to places and spinning stuff to get a
Right.
lot of the benefits. But I I've still been playing Disco Elysium. That's my nighttime game when everybody is going to sleep.
Your live tweets have
And
been doing pretty well.
yeah, I gotta tweet some more. I gotta get more into it. I'm kind of worried. I might have messed up though.
Uh-oh.
Um, and I don't know if I should start over.
Oh, no. You messed up
I
that bad?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I did, but like, so, I mean, I don't want to ruin it too much, but you find the body like
Okay.
very early in the beginning, and I couldn't get him down, and I couldn't figure out how to like get the body down from where he was,
Hmm.
and I just kept figuring like that I needed something, and apparently I didn't need something. I just didn't like go the right dialogue trees, and I just like have been dismissing it. So I finally got the body down like on day 4. So he's just been like up there. And like a lot of people have been commenting about it. I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get him down. So I I finally got him down and did the a proper autopsy on it. And I don't know. It doesn't seem like anything is wrong. So I'm just gonna like let things play out. So I don't know. I feel like this game is just like it like allows you to make mistakes.
Right.
It's like I kind of like want it once you beat it just to see like if they just put up a grid of just like this is how this thing just lays out. These are all the past. This is all the shit you could have done wrong. Cause like, could you have just left the body up there the whole game?
Yeah.
Like, oops. Because I think you get 7 days. I think it's like one of those games where it's like you have a set amount
Yeah.
of time.
Majora's Mask.
Yeah, but not like you can't reset time. It's just
Right.
like you have 7 days.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I literally went into this game blind. It was just like it was winning so many awards on the video game award show,
Yeah.
and I was just like, what is this game? And I looked at it and I was like, I have absolutely no time to play this game. And then I got hurt, and then I was like, well, there we go. I guess that worked out.
Yeah, it all worked out.
But during the day when I'm, kind of, we're just like the family's just kind of lounging on the couch and stuff, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I downloaded because it was on sale on the Nintendo shop. I got SteamWorld Dig 2.
Okay, I've heard good things about that game.
I got SteamWorld Dig 1, liked it. I didn't realize another game. I just go in blind sometimes. I always find those games I go in blind. I enjoy.
Yeah.
It wasn't very memorable. Like I literally can't. Like they referenced so much stuff from the first one. I fucking can't remember a
Yeah,
damn thing.
I feel like I bought SteamWorld Dig because Kara was like, "Ooh, I was trying to find a multiplayer game." And Kara was
That
like,
is not multiplayer.
"Oh, it's not?"
No, I don't think so.
Maybe I'm getting it mixed up with a different game then that just artistically looked very similar. But I remember buying like a $9 game, and we played it for like a half hour, and we were just like, "This game sucks."
I think there's a beat 'em up that's also SteamWorld. That's like there's 4 games in the SteamWorld world.
Yeah.
There's like SteamWorld Heist
Okay.
and
I'll have to look
another
into
one.
it.
One of them's a card game.
Nice.
Like a card game strategy game.
Love
like
me a CCG.
Okay, well, I think that one's the heist one.
Nice.
And then there's one that's I think it's like a beat 'em up. like a
Okay.
side scroller. I'm not sure, but then the first two are Metroidvanias.
Oh, cool.
So, well, the first one's maybe more of a roguelike.
Okay.
I don't know. You're always just kind of going down,
Right.
and it's randomly generated and stuff. The second one's much more Metroidvania style. So I've been enjoying it. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was. I thought I was getting close to the end, and then I was like, oh, I'm at 50%. It's like I have half the game left. So,
Wow.
um, fun game. Good, colorful art, great sprite work,
Yeah.
really fun controls. Love a game that love Metroidvania. Metroidvania is all about fun controls.
Mhm.
Really fun traversal. You get a grappling hook, so A+ right there.
Grappling hooks
Rocket,
are like the number one thing to make a
dude.
game good.
It's not. It's it's a fun grappling hook. It's not the funnest grappling hook. It's the grappling hook that's rigid, goes in a
Okay.
straight line, and pulls you straight
That's
across.
still pretty good.
Um, you
Like,
can let it go at any point, and you will retain
oh,
that You retain that momentum,
nice.
so you can like shoot up and then let it go, and then move around. You have like ability to aim your trajectory. Then
Right.
my favorite grappling hook is the one that actually has like the real rope-like physics,
Okay.
because then it's just fun.
Yeah, the
You could
Spider-Man
spend
grappling hook.
Yeah, exactly. You add that to a game. Every game should have a grappling hook. FIFA should have grappling hook.
Yeah, I mean, if it did, they'd charge you for it. Hey-o.
Heyo, heyo,
Topical comedy.
oh. And other than that, that's it. That's my two. I'm bouncing back for
Okay. Nice. That's awesome.
Pokemon Go battles.
I definitely am.
Because I can't praise that game enough. I know it has that weird rap, but yeah.
Yeah, that's just crazy to me. You really? I could get Pokemon
I mean,
Go.
if you're playing like Clans of Castles or whatever,
Yeah.
I think you would have a much more enjoyable time playing Pokemon Go as like your little like random like game to play.
Yeah.
Just the amount they've added to it. They have shinies now.
I'll re-download it and give it a try.
You should. You should 100% should.
My thing with I just like Clash of Clans because like it like I miss playing because when I was a kid, when I was like in my teens, RTS was like my number one go-to game like genre.
Which one?
Like real-time strategy.
Oh, okay.
Could not get enough. Like played Warcraft and
Yeah.
beat that like 50 times. StarCraft, Command and Conquer, and then even all the off brands like there's this one I had that was terrible called Warlords Battle Cry 2.
Ooh.
Like used to play the shit out of that game. Like I love RTSs. They're
Age of Empires was probably
yeah, Age of
mine.
Empires awesome. Like
the cheat codes in that game were awesome.
yeah. But like with
Spawn a goddamn guy with a laser gun.
with
He's shooting at fucking guys on horses.
yeah, I know that game was nuts, and it would escalate very quickly too. I feel like
Yeah.
but no, like Clash of Clans it still scratches that RTS itch where you build your army and then you hit the attack button and you just scan through until you see a base that your army can take and collect resources and go back and build another army. Like it's just it's great. It's great for that exact reason. But I also love CCGs, which the other one, the Clash Royale, that's a CCG. It's lane based. It's like a CCG and Dota mix.
Yeah, that's what that heist game. I think it's Heist. Yeah, I feel like you would like that game.
I'll have to check it out. I probably would because I like another one I forgot to mention is
Quest and Heist.
Started playing MTG Arena again, which is like Magic the Gathering's better computer-based gaming with like the new release and stuff. And like I love CCGs, man. I'm a simple guy. It's the way to my heart. So
Quest is the one with the cards. SteamWorld Quest, and then SteamWorld Heist is Who knows?
Yeah, that's the other one. um, even Gwent, honestly, which like took me a really long time to figure out in the Witcher games themselves. But then I downloaded. I actually I'm so nerdy. I pre-ordered Gwent on my
Wow.
iPad and phone, so that way I didn't
I didn't
have
even know
to.
that you could do that.
Yeah, I didn't have to remember when it released. I could just pre-download it, and the day it released, I got a little bubble on the top of my phone that said Gwent released today, and it's downloading now. So
Well, there you
that's.
go.
But even that I enjoy, man. I to go. Let's move on. Then we're finished. I mean, you're done talking about games you played.
Yeah. Other than that, that's the only two I've been playing.
All right, so then I guess let's get into like the story section, and why not start off with after talking about RTS? Warcraft 3 Reforged came out, and holy shit! As if
You think
Blizzard
they would have
couldn't
learned? You think like this was the thing, like the one little thing that they could have done right?
right.
Like that's after just the abysmal like announcements that they've been releasing with Diablo coming to
and how excited people
mobile.
were for this.
And Overwatch 2, like,
Ugh.
why? Just add more characters to Overwatch 1.
I mean, the only thing I'm hoping is I truly hope, and I know they haven't fully talked about what Overwatch 2 is. I would love a more story from Overwatch 2. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna make Overwatch 2 like more of a like campaign sort of like I don't know if Gearbox had that Overwatch competitor that came out called Battleborn that flopped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I played the hell out of that game and I loved it. And that had a really good story mode as well as good online play. And
I think something they could do is like pick a character and then make like a month about that character.
Yeah.
And make like a story, and then you could like learn about every character or something.
Yeah. I mean,
have battle modes based around them.
Not necessarily that, Activision is a company you should be taking advice from, but that's what they did with Black Ops 4. There was no story, but there were like operator missions where you got to know like each player. You went in and did like a 30-minute gameplay that was part of their backstory. You know what I mean? But I totally agree. If they just did like, and honestly, a good way to like sell the game, because Overwatch, like if you look at Overwatch play, it spikes so much when they do special events. So if you did exactly what you suggested, where it's like a monthly cycle through of like a story for one player, and then you got to wait for it to cycle back through if you want to play it again.
Yeah.
They would have so much engagement, I think. And they could do it, but
they could, and like there's so much lore to this just shooting game.
Yeah. That you have to read like a bunch of web comics if you're interested at all in knowing any of it.
I understand. Yeah, and like who are they actually against?
Yeah, right.
Like, there's two factions.
Mm-hmm.
And they just fight each other, or it seems like there's some sort of like robot terrorist, and like robots are like against the law, and they became sentient.
Yeah,
there's so much there, and then it's just capture the flag.
Yeah, and the only time you really get any like flavor of the story is when those special events come out. Besides like reading the comics,
or when a new when a new character comes out, that's like that's it. That's what you get.
Yeah, but Warcraft flopped.
Wow, did it ever?
And people are upset about it.
Have you seen the current? Actually, what is it at? I've been wanting to see if it's gone lower on Metacritic.
Last I checked, it was 1.9.
Oh, really? It went up?
Yeah, it was.
It was at point. It was 0.5 last time I looked.
When did you look last? Because it may be way up since it may have been.
I looked this morning. Yeah, it's 0.5.
Yeah, it dropped a ton then. Yeah, I looked.
0.5 with 22,000.
Yeah, that's insane.
0.5.
Yeah, I mean that's
I mean,
what you get.
so much that, and I feel bad for you because you last week were like, I'm excited.
I was
I'm
too, man.
excited. I can't wait. I'm gonna sit down and pour myself a nice cup of memories and play me some Reforged, and whoo, man,
Yeah, I didn't even.
they took a shit in your cup, buddy.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't buy it right away, and I'm hoping that once all the patches come out, it'll. Because here's the thing, I'm not hard to please. I can totally see that, like, if they release a bunch of patches, even if the reviews are still bad because of how the game was before, if the patches fix the problems, I will buy it. I'm not proud. I will absolutely
yeah, I mean,
listen.
there's no other way to play that game.
Yeah.
Like, very well.
Right. But man, oh
So-
man, is it bad? And they removed features. And then did you hear about what they added to the terms of agreement?
No, is it like always online or something?
No, but they have all moral rights to any online maps made, which they
They
did.
don't want to repeat a Dota.
Nope. So essentially, if you make an online map, Blizzard owns it immediately as soon as you finish making it. So they're just trying to nip that in the bud already. So part of me with that addition makes me feel like maybe that was even the intention of this in the first place. Like,
Just get. Who cares? Just hide that in as like a normal procedure from now on. Now.
yep. And maybe someone will make a new Dota or whatever with this remastered version that then Blizzard can be like, ha ha ha, it's ours now.
Suck it.
Yeah. But
That stinks.
yeah, nope. I'm gonna keep my eye on it. I want to get it eventually. I hope they fix it. Because now this immediately also flipped me from being excited for the remaster of Diablo 2 to terrified. Like, I don't want to be one of those crybaby Star Wars fans who says you're ruining my childhood, but like, I think I would be heartbroken if I'm already a little heartbroken because Warcraft meant so much to me, but if they re-release Diablo 2 and that's worse, I don't know what I'd do with myself, Ty.
I don't know what they can do with Diablo 2. Wasn't that like a lot of that like pre-rendered backgrounds too?
Yeah, a lot of it was.
Sometimes you gotta leave this shit alone. Other than just like make it widescreen.
Mhm.
I don't overpromise.
No.
That's what you need to not.
Yeah,
that's what
definitely.
You need to do now.
They learned
just,
with Warcraft.
just-
Do not.
They should just put minimum effort in that and sell it for like $10.
Or
and just be like, it's got widescreen, it's compatible
yeah,
with everything. We put it on a fucking iPad.
I'm being completely genuine. Where I would pay $20 for Diablo 2 that just ran okay on Windows 10.
Okay, so there they go. So they know what they could sell for. $20. I would say just make it widescreen.
Yep.
Add more, like, you got to update the controls because the controls are like won't work now. It's like you have to modernize the controls.
Maybe remaster the sound a little.
Yeah, remaster the soundtrack and maybe push some of like the effects.
Yeah.
Like push some lighting effects. You could easily do that. That's not gonna destroy anything.
I just can't believe that for Warcraft 3 they literally used the same exact engine that they made it in 17 years ago. Like it's not a remaster
so
then.
If they did not show that what was it, the BlizzCon demo of what it was gonna look like.
Yeah.
With a completely revamped UI.
Yeah.
And with new cutscenes with dynamic camera angles and no.
Yeah, it ended up having almost none of that.
No, and that's like, yeah. Blizzard was like my favorite company. They're probably my favorite video game company.
Yeah, I mean,
never thought they could do anything wrong.
I honestly, CD Projekt Red is all I have left. Like, Bethesda used to be my favorite, and then they released Skyrim, and then they released Skyrim 7 more times, and And I was like,
I rode that for a while.
and then they released Fallout 4 and Fallout 76. I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm done with them. And like, it especially stinks because like even their like offshoot, like we just put our name on it stuff, like Rage. I loved Rage, and I think there was so much that they could have done with that game. And then Rage 2 came out, and like I hated it. Like it's like, we heard that you wanted a sequel to Rage, so what we did is we gave you essentially our version of Wolfenstein 2.
We tried to remember Raged, and then but we were busy making Wolfenstein. Yeah, so
it's just like, and now with Blizzard, I was the same way, man. With them, I was like, this company, and I loved that they kind of like they met the middle ground, where like it wasn't like Valve where they're releasing a game every 12 years, but like they took their time. Like the fact that they announced,
I mean, they were always known for that.
Diablo 3 was announced in like 2011 or 2012, and it got released. I mean, it might have even been announced in 2010 and got released like 4 or 5 years later. And it was just like, okay, good. Like, take your time, put out something that like we know is gonna be worth it. And now it's just like the opposite.
I enjoyed their MOBA before they dropped.
Heroes
all
of the Storm.
Before they decided to just drop support for it.
And what a fun concept to be like, we're gonna take we're gonna have heroes from every title that we make.
It was their own Smash.
Yeah, it really was.
Drop support of it. Like, why?
Yeah, crazy.
Like that game's just gonna die now.
Yeah, but now I'm just fearful because CD Projekt Red is the one I have left that I feel like I can trust, and I don't want them to hurt me the way everyone else has.
Yeah, and you just have to like do you look like turn a blind eye to all the crunching that they do?
Yeah.
But honestly, I have a thing about crunch, and it's probably gonna be a hot take, and I know I'm sure I don't understand it well. Fuck them. I know I understand it honestly, because here's the thing: I'm an artist. Like I hate that. I hate saying that. Honestly,
I'm an artist.
Oh god, I hate that. I'm an illustrator.
Okay.
Like I know what deadlines are.
Yeah.
Like we crunch at the fucking end. That's just what we goddamn do. Like you try to pace yourself, and everyone does, but you still always put things off at the beginning, and then you have a deadline, and you stay up for nights. Like I did that shit in college to finish art projects.
Yeah.
Like it's what you do to finish your art. Now if they're not being compensated and they're being forced to do it, like without, with penalty of them losing their job and losing bonuses and stuff like that, that's not cool. If they're staying and they're working and they pull 20-hour days and you pay them for it, like, then they have to basically make an environment where they should want to stay there and work 20 hours.
I think I would be more okay with crunch if there was like a game makers union. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if
they've needed to unionize for so long.
Yeah.
That's the problem though. If they unionize, the game production is going to crawl. Come to us. So much will change. The entire the whole market will change.
See, would you rather that though? Because I would rather that. Like, I'm tired of a new Assassin's Creed game every year. I'm tired of a new Call of Duty every year. The problem
is it will be the same quality, just taking longer.
I think it'll eliminate.
They're going to just be like, listen, we get this many breaks, we get this many vacation days. We're only allowed to work this many hours a week.
Well, I think it'll eliminate broken games being released, I feel like. And I honestly think that it could also work in favor away from that, where like because right now, games are being made to deadlines, and nobody who's making a game has any job security that they'll still be around after the game releases. Whereas,
Oh
like,
yeah.
if there was some sort of union, I think there would be less procrastinating, because people, like, the people who are the artists for, let's say, Warcraft 3 Reforged, right? They know that they're still going to work at Blizzard after this game releases. So they're less
They
likely to
shouldn't.
procrastinate, they're less likely to feel terrible, and, like, they're more likely to, like, get their work done. Whereas, like, I
But they didn't.
totally right. Well, that's because of the, like, circumstances, though. I think honestly is that Blizzard said, "Hey, we need this game to release by this time because people have been bitching we haven't released anything." And I honestly think that in the time constraint given, they made this as good as they could have, which is terrible. I would have rathered I personally would have rathered it get released a year from now and be great.
Yeah.
Or release it 4 years from now and have it be like Final Fantasy VII, where it's a complete remaster. It's a reimagining, not just a remaster.
Yeah, and if they take an extra month, take an extra month.
Yeah,
Well,
I said,
I just think unionizing is like the ultimate extreme to one end, and
Yeah.
I feel like transparency with, especially with games media getting, and the fact that this business is as big as it is now,
mhm.
there's a lot more transparency. Like, crunch has always happened.
Yeah.
It's just we have now become aware of
Well,
crunch.
and
More people have seen it. People have done interviews.
right.
Crunch has become a common word now.
Yeah. And I'm
Like,
happy that
but
it's
it's
also
always been there.
I'm happy that it's not acceptable anymore, though. Like, you have
Exactly,
more
and
and more
that's
companies.
what I feel like. I think we just need to kind of pump the brakes. Let's not just start screaming union, because I really feel like that is going to change the market way too much. Like, I feel like we should just see how companies handle stuff, because it feels like a lot of companies are seeing the pushback from crunch, and, like, they realize that their company now is a reflection of their beliefs and stuff. I mean, Blizzard got into so much trouble with the player who did the
Yeah.
free
Hong Kong.
free Hong Kong, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden they've banned him, and then they unbanned him, and then they got pushback, and then they gave him back his money.
Yeah, gave him
Like,
back his money and reduced his ban to 6 months.
yeah, so I mean, there's a lot more that people are looking at them a lot harder. They were getting away with murder.
Yeah.
And now I feel like they're going to have, actually, CD Projekt Red is like the only one that's like, yeah, no, we're gonna crunch. I'm sorry, that's how we do it. And I was like, all right. I mean, at least you're open about it. I mean,
I also think, though, that, like, their artists seem to be way more okay with it, because they're the same people who have been working there for years.
Exactly.
There's low employee turnover rate. They're like, oh no, this is normal for us, like, and we're happy to do it. And, like, I feel like they meet in the middle, where, like, honestly, I feel like, so another thing of news we were going to talk about is Cyberpunk getting pushed to September. I feel like that, like, with, like, how transparent CD Projekt Red is through everything they've done ever, I feel like that probably came out of, like, a mutual agreement of them being like, of, like, the artist being like, listen, we cannot crunch and make this by April. And they're like, okay, well, how long do you need? And they're like, can you give us till, like, almost the end of the year? And they were like, how about September? It's looking like that'd be a good time to release. And they're like, yeah, we could make it by then.
I mean, honestly, I think it was also, they realized, there's no reason, like, other than, like, keeping the lights on. But
right.
I have honestly a wondering if the renewal of The Witcher and the surge of, like, revenue they got from people rebuying Witcher 2 and the Nintendo release, if they were like, you know what, we got a little extra, like, security cushion.
It's so funny, because I was just gonna say that, like, I was thinking of rebuying The Witcher, and it was like
for the
Switch or for PlayStation again, and it was like $20, and then The Witcher released on Netflix, and now it's back up to full price. And it's just like, all right, man, you guys thought that out. That was smart.
Yeah,
I should have bought when I was considering it.
I'm just wondering if, they got some extra money and they were like, hey, you know what? Why don't we add that extra, few things we've been toying around? The lights are going to stay on for a few more months.
Right. I mean, at least
So,
anything is better though than Rockstar's, 100 and some hours a week of crunch, where
hmm
employees their home time is like 20 hours in a 7-day work week. They're
yeah,
not on the clock for 20 hours. That's insane.
that's one company I just wish they didn't make the games that they made. Like, I wish it didn't have to be so much like frat boy humor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's always seems to be so juvenile. It's like it's just like a step above like fart and dick jokes. Actually, it is mostly fart and dick jokes.
Yeah, I do think
And I
though.
guess that's, I mean, I guess, you're getting in cars and robbing people and stuff. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what I should expect.
I felt that way for a while too, and then Grand Theft Auto 5 was like, playing the story mode was kind of the breakthrough to me, where I realized that I do think it's all satire.
It is. Yeah, it
Like,
is. And I wish, like, they don't make it. I think they forget sometimes. I feel
yeah,
like they have so much coding to do.
yeah,
They forget. Hey, you know what? We should take this so seriously.
yeah, but it really is
And I
like,
think that's why Saints Row well, and then they went too far.
yeah, they went too extreme into the satire.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think Rockstar's another one though
Oh.
too, that like their crunch is terrible, but I'm
Mhm.
happy that they take 6 years to make a game if they think that's how long it takes.
Yes, but I have a thing. Sometimes I have a thing with Rockstar, and it's something that another, from a take as like a visual artist. God, I'm just trying to put a spin on that word, and I hate it. As someone who conceptualizes visually,
That's the worst way to say
um, I just okay. To put an example, sometimes I'm sketching in my sketchbook, and then all of a sudden I get like way into like a sketch, and then sometimes I just have to stop and be like, "This is just a sketch. Like, I need to like. There's no reason for me to spend 2 hours
it.
on like this one thing." And
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes they do that, and I feel like they wouldn't have to like kill all their employees so somebody could code like the horse's testicles getting smaller or larger
Yeah.
when they're in the cold.
Yeah.
Like, somebody had to do that. Somebody had to program that. Somebody had to like mesh that in like a computer program. Like,
I do think that's kind of a result though of like of stuff like Spider-Man's puddle gate. You know what I mean? How like in the original trailer the puddle reflected everything like perfectly, and in the actual gameplay it doesn't reflect anything. It's like, well, yeah, it's because like Sucker Punch decided, you know what, this is way too hard. like
oh yeah,
like to give every single puddle in New York City this amount of detail is impossible to release this game on a reasonable time and for it to be a reasonable size. But
exactly.
people were like, the puddle. So I think that's why
Yeah.
in
Well, they got to
in
keep
Red
their
Dead,
cards closer to their chest, man. They just got to,
Yeah.
and that's the problem. Is everybody hands stuff out, or everybody's like leaking stuff. You
This
can't
is the
keep
one
anything.
this is the one time I'll say the games industry needs to learn from the military. And like, you may invent something that's crazy, give it to us like 12 years from now when it's way easier, or 20 years from now. Like, military had Wi-Fi in the 80s. That's awesome. But it wasn't good. Save it until it's perfect. I don't need to know my horse's testicles can shrink and grow.
Exactly. This is like the Virtual Boy coming out before, like long before VR came out.
Right.
It's like, guys, no,
Yeah. No, just
this was a mistake.
keep it yours. That's a secret.
It's all about
Yeah.
shoulda.
Yeah, redact that. Take it back. Is there any other game news you can think of? I feel like those were the two big ones.
Yeah, just a lot of pushback. Final Fantasy got pushback as well.
Yeah, and Marvel Avengers got pushed back as well.
Zero interest in that one.
Oh, really? See, I don't know. I might.
That trailer looked garbage.
It did. I'm happy they pushed it back.
You know what? It did not show well. It might be a good game. I like that they have what? You play as Miss Marvel or something, or
you play as all of the Avengers.
But they have like a kind of a no-name as the protagonist. I mean, I know she's somewhat big. I think she stretches.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I don't know who her name.
Because the only thing I saw was the one where like you're switching the only gameplay I've seen is where they're switching through all of the different characters.
Like on the bridge.
Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, you missed the second trailer. No, the second trailer is because it's like aftermath, and like Captain's dead.
Interesting.
You play as this young girl who I want to say she's like Miss Marvel, or I can't.
That could be.
But she stretches, like that's her powers.
Yeah.
And she kind of reminds you of like Jubilee.
Okay.
Like young, kind of a little naive with their powers.
Yeah.
Headstrong. But she's the one that kind of is like the catalyst to get everyone kind of back together, and it seems like that seemed a lot better.
Yeah.
That trailer was much better. That seemed to like, it's like, okay, because I was like, if you're gonna be Thor and Hulk and like people like that, and like they're on the bridge and they're fighting guys with guns.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, what? Like Hulk? Like, why is Thor even bothering with these people? Just fly over them. Like, Hulk is like, why? Like it, and also they're human beings. Like Hulk murdered people.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
He threw a bus at some guy.
Yeah, he claps a bunch and everything falls apart.
Like he straight up killed somebody.
That makes me a little more excited to see that it's actually like you're playing as a specific character and maybe not necessarily all those folks. But my favorite thing was just everyone saying that they all look like the stunt doubles from the Avengers movie. Like the characters look kind of like the people, but they couldn't get the exact likeness.
Do you think all those guys hang out together?
I think some of them still do.
Like all the stunt guys?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they do. I'm sure the stunt guys do.
Like, do you think that they go and, like, dress up as Avengers? And
they honestly, they probably go to, like, cosplay events just to, like, get that, like, recognition and stuff. I'm sure they go to, like, cons in their costumes and all that. It would make sense if they did.
Do you think that, like, the real actors just, like, stay friends with them and kind of like, hey, I got to go to this party. Yeah. I don't want to go.
Well, did you hear that?
You double as me.
That's so funny that you mentioned that because Hannibal Buress, a stand-up comedian who was in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah, no, he's very good. Love Hannibal.
Yeah, me too. He actually did that for the movie premiere.
Did he?
For the premiere, he didn't feel like going, so he paid his stunt double from the movie to go as him.
He's in Spider-Man?
Yeah, he's the gym teacher.
Which one? Oh yeah, in the first one.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what's really funny? I just watched Tech.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was good. It was not what I was expecting, but you know what? It was lighthearted, and I was like, this came out after Avengers, so I could get that.
Yeah.
I could get this just being like, you know what? Just have fun, guys.
And
we've been through a lot.
Yeah, I like the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, but yeah, I think that's so funny that was the way Hannibal handled the premiere.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it for me on gaming. The nice thing is I'm laid up, so I'm gonna have a lot of games to play. I think I'm gonna try to get some Disco Elysium,
nice.
beat SteamWorld Dig 2, and I'm wondering. Maybe try to get back into Death Stranding then.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Because my friend beat it, and he's like, I got to the thing with the thing, and it's the thing, and it's just, whoa. And I'm like, oh, man.
I can't wait to jump into that game, honestly.
Yeah.
You got to beat it by the summer, Ty, so I can just borrow your copy instead of buying my own.
Okay. I need to borrow something of yours, too.
Okay. Star Wars. I'll loan you Star Wars.
All right.
We'll do a swap.
I think that's it then for this week.
Awesome. That's pretty good.
And,
Almost an hour, so it feels good to wrap up there. Hell yeah.
We will see all our uppers later.
Yes.
See you next week.
Thank you for tuning in. Remember
Tune into my live tweeting.
Yes.
As I continue to play Disco Elysium.
Absolutely. And you can catch all of our social media at upNup Pod. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything. upNup Pod. Yeah, we should. Let's do it. Let's do a TikTok. That's where all the kids are these days.
Oh my God, let's not then. This is for a more civilized crowd. This is like
a little bit
the Frasier of podcasts.
In the sense that people are only going to listen to it when they have a snow day at school.
Ooh.
Because that's the only way I ever consumed Frasier. I was like, I'm home from school today. I'll watch Frasier all day. No, but honestly, thank you, uppers, for listening. We appreciate it. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. Share it with your friends.
5 stars.
I mean, 5 stars would be so greatly appreciated. It helps other people find us, just like sharing does as well. Go over and like us on our Facebook page. Get some traffic over there, because we would like to start answering your guys' questions some more, getting into stuff like that.
Play some games. I'd like some game requests.
Yes, absolutely. Give us some suggestions or requests.
Some would you rather, Desert Island. Give us some good games. I like game suggestions.
That's awesome. That's a great idea.
Send them our way.
And until next time, this never gets easier.
Come on.
It's never easy to end, Ty. I just don't know what to do. I don't trust my brain.
I'm gonna.
Uh-oh. We lost it.
I'm gonna come up with some. What?
You're back.
You there?
You're
okay.
back.
I said I'm gonna mold it over and good.
Okay.
Something really good. Blow your socks the fuck right off.